Triston, I know that like our members have been here and so they've met you, but do you want to just like tell us a little bit about yourself and like what got you interested in this career path and how you ended up at BPG?
So when I first started going to school, I was originally going to do graphic design, and I moved away from that in 2021 because I wanted to start going to the gym more. And I eventually fell into a lot of research about programs and personal training and trying to figure out like what works best for me and like how I can fix like certain parts of myself like that I want to look better and different things like that. And so I ended up falling in love with the research and how good it feels to get that progress. And I was like, man, I could do this like every day. So I eventually ended up turning it into like motivation and dedication. And I was like trying to help my friends get started with the gym, and I made their programs for them. And so I was like, I want to go to school for this. And so after I finished my 2-year degree at Pellissippi, I moved up here once I got accepted to ETSU, and they had a kinesiology program that offered an internship. And so I got to pick out of 2 different places to do an internship. I emailed this one gym, they never responded, and I emailed Josh the same day, and he responded within 15 minutes. So I was like, awesome. So I went, and he
That's
did.
how he rolls.
Yeah, he gave me the whole rundown. He walked me through the whole building. I got to meet a couple people while I was here. It was awesome. I didn't get to meet any members that day, but I could just definitely tell that Josh was like, he was awesome. He super funny guy and like was very open about everything. He told me like what he expected on me like the first day and everything. And so I was really excited to come back in the fall because this was in the spring, and I was so stoked to come back and learn how to do everything. And once he told me, he was like, you're going to start leading class. And I was like, oh, it's like, oh, I thought this was more of like a watch and learn kind of thing, but
It's getting real.
yeah, it was really fun though. The whole process has been amazing, and I'm really glad I got to do it here. Like I couldn't imagine doing it anywhere else. Learning these kind of steps with these kind of people, it was just amazing.
That's awesome. I'm really glad you had a good experience. And like from your story, I feel like that's like a lot of our stories is of getting into fitness is like, oh, like I had these problems for myself I was trying to solve, and then that opened up all these other doors.
It's like a very slippery slope. I feel like it's like you figure out the answers to one thing, and then that just opens up questions about other things, you know. And then it's just like a continuous like slide that
like
you're
a
going
rabbit
down.
hole,
Yeah. So what has been the most valuable hands-on learning moment that you feel like you've had so far? I know that you said you're like, oh, I thought it was going to be kind of like watch and learn, but like we kind of threw you in because like really you have to like get in and really do it.
You do.
To like learn. So like what's the most valuable hands-on learning moment you've had so far?
Definitely the fact that you guys say like throw me in. You guys throw me in, but you won't let me go under kind of thing. You guys were there when I was leading class. You were like, okay, you're going to do the warm-up. We'll take over the rest. We're going to do the warm-up. You can do the cool down. We'll take in between. We won't just let you do like all of it by yourself. Like we won't let you watch these videos and then go by yourself. Like you guys were there the whole time. It wasn't like I was afraid to step out and try and lead class by myself. No, I knew that I had people in the back helping me like if I needed help. And you guys were always going to be making sure that I was going to be ready to lead class regardless of if I wanted to or if I didn't want to. And that's it helped me get to that point of being safe and like ready to do the hands-on part, like leading class and being confident on the mic and fixing all the time and getting to meet members and stuff like that. I think since you guys did throw me out, that was definitely the best hands-on learning I could have got, like being put out there regardless of just sitting behind a computer and watching videos, which did help, but being put on the spot, it definitely forced me to be in that position to learn more hands-on stuff. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like, Rachel, you would agree with this, but especially in this career path, you can read and you can watch and you can do all of that forever and ever and ever, but it just, you have to get in it. You just have to do it.
Yeah,
to
there's
take action.
So many valuable certifications and textbook learning things that you can do, but until you get in and do it,
you have to put the reps in literally. Like literally.
As a trainer.
Yes, as a trainer.
Yeah, for sure. So what's something that you now feel confident doing that you didn't before you came here?
I would probably say being able to talk to some of the members, which I'm still like afraid because they don't know me as well. But being able to correct people's form and being able to say like, hey, if this isn't comfortable, try this
Mhm.
kind of stuff, because I wasn't comfortable telling people that because I'm a younger like trainer. They don't know me that well. And they're probably not gonna like. I always thought like they're not gonna listen to me because they don't know who I am and I'm like younger. So definitely putting my experience on that and trying to build on that has been a definite boost in like my confidence and stuff. And so learning how to do that has definitely
Yeah,
pushed me to that limit. But
for sure. That's a scary thing, and I think I remember having imposter syndrome
Mhm.
really bad, and like I still do sometimes. Like you like have that fear
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to tell people what to do.
Mhm.
But again, you just kind of have to
You just
do
have
it
to do
at
it.
Yeah,
some
yeah,
point.
Yeah.
yep,
I remember one time I read that if you don't have a little bit of imposter syndrome, then you're not doing it correctly. You know what I mean? It's like because you're questioning, what you know, and that's a good thing,
Yeah.
especially
Mhm.
in this career path, because you want to keep an open mind. You don't want to put yourself in one box.
yeah,
You know what
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think like what I would tell new trainers coming in when they're younger is it's like, hey, like this is your area of passion. This is what you're
yeah,
going to school for. This is what you're learning. You have information
mm-hmm.
that
Mhm.
people are paying us and are coming here want to know.
they want
Like
to know
Yeah.
it.
they
Yeah.
want you to tell them
Yeah.
what to do because this isn't their
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
like area of expertise per se.
That as well, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely had to tell myself that. Like, I was like, this is literally what I'm going to school for. You have the information, just tell them. So I'd have to
Mhm.
push myself to that. But I've always heard that the best way to learn something is to teach it. So definitely that helped a lot with telling
Yeah,
people how to do form and stuff.
that definitely helps me too.
Mhm.
So, how would you describe the energy and culture at Build Power Grind to someone who's never been here?
It's absolutely not at all what you would imagine. It's completely positive atmosphere. Like everybody, it's like a family. Like once you step in here, you realize how close everybody is. Everybody wants to get to know you. You're gonna be put out of your comfort zone in a good way. Like everybody wants to be comfortable around each other. There's playful banter. Like people are making fun of each other, but in a good way. Like if you're late, they're gonna call you out on it. That kind of stuff. So
Yes.
it's always positive, and it's definitely I would recommend it to anybody who wants to try a different gym. Give this one a try. Like it's something that not a lot of people will get to experience, and it's definitely not an experience that you'll find anywhere else.
Had you like been a part of a group fitness gym? Like we do group fitness and personal training. Had you been a part of a group fitness gym like this before?
No,
So it's
never.
like totally new.
Yeah, I was totally stepping into the unknown waters on this one, but yeah, I'm glad I did it. It's very, very cool how I got to experience this kind of group fitness style.
And then what have you noticed about how, I know we talked about like just the energy and culture, but what have you noticed about how our trainers interact with members, and like what do you find valuable, or what have you learned about that piece?
I'll definitely say that they treat every member like a best friend. Like they will constantly push you to the limit that they know you can hit, regardless of if you think you can or not. Like they'll be your best friend and like, I know you can hit this limit, and they'll push you to it. They're not gonna lie to you and be like, oh, maybe next week you'll hit it. No, they know you can hit it this week. Like just push yourself. And so they will treat you like a best friend, something that you not always want to hear, but they're gonna tell you what you need to hear. And so they'll get comfortable enough with you to push you to that limit. And I think that's amazing. I love seeing that kind of stuff. And it's always what I want to try and push for myself too, like being able to get comfortable with people like that. Like they see me as like a best friend. I'm not just a trainer. I want to get to know you. I want to be able to like be comfortable enough with you to tell you these things. And so I always think that's great about you guys. And I'm glad I got to see that, like each person learning and sitting back and watching like how everybody treats other people. And it's all positive. I just think it's amazing getting to see all those pieces.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite part. I mean, a lot of my clients become almost like best
Yeah.
friends, and
Mhm.
it's funny to say that, but I see my clients more frequently than I see a lot of my
Yeah.
good friends at this
Yeah.
point. I mean, I'm seeing them like 2 or 3 times a week sometimes.
I had a client tell me that once. They were like, I see you literally more than I see my family. And I was like, that's like weird, but awesome at the same time. Because they do see us a lot. I mean, some
Yeah.
people come in 3 times a week. If they're taking class, sometimes they come in 5, 6 times a week, you know?
Yeah, and they trust you too.
Yeah.
And we do have their best interest in mind, and we take that really seriously.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we do for
You know.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a little bit on this topic. Why do you think, since we're talking about members, why do you think that they stay so consistent here? Because we do have some members that come, 6 days a week.
I honestly think it's because, like I said, like they know they're going to get pushed here. Like if they're wanting to achieve something better, they know that they're going to come to you guys to achieve that goal. Like they know that you guys want what's like best for them, and so they know that you guys are going to push them to that goal they're trying to achieve. And it's also like along the way they're going to become best friends with you. Like they're going to get super close, and they know that this is like a consistent part of their life. Like it's something that they're going to constantly want to do, and it's something that you guys are constantly going to like keep pushing for that goal for them.
So, what have you learned about the importance of structure versus just random workouts?
Definitely it's something that's going to affect you in the long run, because if you're going to the gym just to kind of move weight or like do different kinds of workouts, it's not really going to target a whole lot. Especially if you want the longevity of like positive goal progress, you're going to want something that's structured rather than just kind of going and doing random things at the gym. And that's what I think is good about here, is because you guys plan these workouts out like weeks in advance. Like you guys are planning way behind, like way ahead of like weeks. Like it's you guys already know what you're going to build on from last week. And that's the base day. Is that what it's called? Yeah. That's really like it's something that it helps, because it's like starting here. Let's see how much you've progressed since this last base day. And it's really, really cool that you guys do that, because it helps with the structure of it.
Yeah.
And it also pushes people, like I said, to those goals, and they know that you guys are tracking that. And that's what they come back to see. Like, oh, let's see what I did on the last base day. Oh my gosh, I went up 20 pounds on this exercise. So that's something that's really cool, along top of like structure versus random working out. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have some measurable data there.
Yep.
Well, and what's cool about base day too, which we've kind of touched on a little bit already, but in addition to the data, there is this camaraderie with base day that makes members really excited about it. Because they're like, oh my gosh, base day, are you going to be there? And then that kind of helps hold everyone accountable.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many elements to training people, and it is like that's what we talk about here. It's holistic. It's, you need the science-backed workouts, but you also need the relatability and the accountability. So there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. I know that you've gotten to watch a lot of personal training sessions as well. Is there anything? What have you learned most from some of those personal training sessions, or what have you gathered from some of those?
Definitely a lot of the fact that I pictured personal training to be different than what I had in my head, because a lot of the time it's what I imagined was like bodybuilding kind of personal training, which is what I originally went into. Like I wanted to go into this bodybuilding like personal training for myself. And I think it's really cool that I got to see different parts of trainers here. Like you guys work with physical therapists, like on contact, like when you're working with a client, you're like trying to figure out what is like bothering them. And so the physical therapist will tell you like, hey, this is what we're working with this week. And you're like, okay, I can schedule my program around that for them. And so I didn't really think about that when I was going into this personal training. And so I thought that was really, really cool to see how you guys structure those programs around like what they want to like build on, not just like building muscle and getting stronger. I think it's really cool that you guys help with like rehab and all those different little parts and working out muscles that will help with longevity and different things like that. I think that's really, really cool. And so it's something I didn't know when I first started.
Yeah. I'm so happy you were exposed to that too, because I mean, also whenever I was in college, that's what I had in my head as personal training as well. But there's different facets to it. Would you agree, Rachel?
Yeah, there's so many different areas that you can like
Specialize in.
niche into. And I think it gets really fun. It's fun to have people with a variety of goals because
Yeah.
that kind of keeps
Yeah.
it
Keeps it fresh.
interesting. But then it's also really fun when you get an area that you're like, this
Mm-hmm.
is where like I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
Um, so that's fun too. So like that leads me into this question, which is like, do you have an area of personal training that you now want to learn more about?
Definitely the sports side. We worked with a guy who really enjoyed golf, and he had back problems, and we were
Mhm.
trying to help him get back into the swing of things, literally.
Literally.
But
So funny.
but I thought that was really cool how we were like moving around his injured area, and we're trying to get like
Mhm.
his balance back, like his
Yeah.
core area, like to be able to be
Yeah.
stabilized and different things like that.
Rotation for
Yeah,
golfers is really
exactly.
important.
Yep. And so I thought that was really cool working with like I didn't even think about it until we had worked with that client. I was like, oh my gosh, these people who want to do this like for their entire life, they want to try and stay in this sport forever. And so this is something that I could work with people to do. Like if they want to work with like golfers, say, we work on rotation, stability, like balance, like all these different
Mhm.
things. I didn't even think about it. Like it was just something really cool that I want to build my knowledge on because that's maybe something that I would take with me into the future. If I have a client like that in the future, I think it'd be really
Yeah.
cool to try and figure it
Yeah.
out.
And
That's
you're
awesome.
a golfer too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. So it was really,
Yeah.
really cool to see that. It was,
Super applicable.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what do you think makes a trainer successful here at BPG?
I would definitely say that they're surrounded by a lot of professionals here, like coming on to this group. And I thought I knew a lot about working out until I got here. Like you guys are like top knowledge, like know everything. Like I think that's really cool. And so even if you do start here, you're going to start to know stuff you didn't even think about. And I think that's really cool because the standard of knowledge here is like so high. And you guys push people to that, not like on purpose, but it's like trying to keep up with learning these things. You're going to know stuff that you didn't even want to know. And so trying to get to that point, you're going to get there eventually. And so I think that's the standard of what you guys hold is so high, and I think it's amazing because you guys push others, the clients, the members, other people who are coming on, interns, you guys push them all to that aspect of knowledge, and they're eventually going to get there. So I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, we're super proud to hold that standard. And, you know, the funny thing is that you say that, but even with our high standard, I think the more that we all know, the more we're all like, there's so many
There's so
things
much.
that we
Yeah.
need to know.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like
It's
it never
crazy.
ends,
Yeah.
truly.
Yeah, it really never ends. Like
Mhm.
this, and that is one thing that I do love about this profession is it's continuous learning.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can't stop
Oh, yeah.
learning.
That's what I love about it too, because that's like I'm always chasing more knowledge for certain topics, and there's
Mhm.
always going to be another niche topic that I can learn about, and I think
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
super. Like I've always loved learning, and
Yeah.
so learning about this and all the stuff that goes into it has been a lot of fun for me.
And there's always going to be new research.
Yeah.
Like-
There's still so much we don't know.
there's
Yeah.
stuff at my school right now that they are getting students to do new research on, and they're like testing like at my gym, and it's really, really cool to see that kind of stuff being pushed in my generation too.
Yeah.
And it's like really, really cool that I get to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So on that note, what advice would you give to the next intern that comes to BPG?
Be ready. I would say be ready. There's a lot of stuff that you think you know, and you probably know, but there's a lot more that you can know, I would say. And you're going to learn it eventually. I would also say that you're definitely going to be thrown into it, but they won't let you go under. They're going to back you up regardless of if you're going to be thrown into the water. They're always going to be there to save you if you go under. And I think that's also really cool because you guys push the interns, which I'm the only intern here right now, but I think you guys pushed me to like be a better like personal trainer / leader in that aspect. And you guys were like not on purpose, but you guys were pushing me to step out of that comfort zone. And I think that's really, really good because
Mhm.
if you guys didn't push me to that point, I would have never got out of it. And I would have stayed like just in this certain area without trying to get out of it. And you guys were always there to back me up. like if I didn't know something, I could
Mhm.
reach out to you like, hey, like what is this exercise target? Like why are we making this person do this? Why are we like trying to work on this area? Like like endless questions. And it's something that you guys were always there to like push me to know or push me to learn. Just I think it was really, really cool that you guys, like everybody just was there to back me up regardless. And so I think that's what I should say to the next intern is that be ready because you're going to learn.
Well, I'm really glad you felt that way. And I'm really glad that you felt open to be able to
Mhm.
ask those questions. And I
Yeah.
know that like we are very direct in our feedback to
Mhm.
people. Like we don't hold back. We'll tell
Mhm.
you all the great things you did. And we'll
Yeah.
also be like,
Yeah.
hey.
Hey,
No,
also,
it's straight up. It's straight up.
And we do that like amongst like the people who are on staff currently
Yeah.
with each other. And
well, and that kind of goes back to your point about us holding the members to a high standard. We hold ourselves
Yeah.
and the people, coworkers, other trainers around us also to a high standard.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
whenever one of them's not meeting that, then we're gonna,
Call
bump them
'em out.
there.
yeah, like we view training people as like the future of, I mean, preventative health care.
Yeah.
For sure.
It is
Yeah.
preventative health care. So we take
Mhm.
it really seriously and we want people to see trainers as professionals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, and
That's-
because for some people that, and I know you have clients that you've literally changed their life because they've come in with pain, and you've worked collaboratively. Edit that out, Josh. Um, with the physical therapist, and now they're back in class or going hiking or whatever their
Mhm.
thing is.
It's an honor. It's a fulfilling career.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like it
Definitely.
truly is. And I don't think everybody can say that about the career that they're in. So we're really excited that you got to come here and experience this
Yeah.
with us and that like you're excited to take this on.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I get to work around such passionate people and so people that try and push me to become that standard that you guys hold. And I'm really, really glad I got to be here for it. And I hope that I get to continue it in the future.
Absolutely.
We're really glad, even though you do like eggnog. We'll forgive you for that.
I love eggnog. I'll
You
say it on
als-
camera.
You also like cats, so
Oh,
Oh,
Abby
yeah.
likes
that
cats
kind of
too.
counters the
So does
eggnog.
Rachel. Yeah. When Josh told me that you, whenever Josh said that you like cats, I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe he is a good intern.
Yeah, maybe he is
we got
okay.
something here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so what's next for you?
I'm not entirely sure about what's next for, I would say, school. I know that I'm going to hopefully graduate in
Yeah.
May on top of no issues. For my career-wise, I'm going to continue to pursue this with everything. Put all my effort into this career and try and push myself to a standard that
Mhm.
even you guys hold or wherever I end up, just try and push myself to become more open to knowledge. Because that was also the thing when I first started here. Like I said, I was only focused on the bodybuilding as personal training, and this place opened my mind to like different areas of knowledge in bodybuilding and on top of every other personal training niche that there is. Like I want to push myself to learn more about it. Like
Mhm.
I had passion when I first started and I want to continue with that passion, like no matter where I end up. Like I just want to continue to have more knowledge in this area than like when I first started.
Yeah. That's awesome. And like that's all we could ask of
Yeah.
Yeah.
people that come through is that we give them some knowledge and then like inspire that continuing
Yeah.
education.